This video was made to complement Immigroup's practice citizenship test, which you can use at www.immigroup.com/tools/citizenship-test. This video contains practice questions and their answers. To use it, pause the video after the question to guess the answer. Who are the Aboriginal peoples of Canada? A. The first European settlers to arrive in Canada. B. The descendants of the first Australian immigrants to Canada. C. The first people to live in Canada. D. The first settlers of Newfoundland. Answer: the first people to live in Canada. What are the three main groups of Aboriginal peoples? A. First Nations, Métis and Inuit. B. Acadians, Métis and Inuit. C. United Empire Loyalists, Métis and Inuit. D. Inuit, Métis and Acadians. Answer: First Nations, Métis and Inuit. Who are the Métis? A. The distinct Aboriginal people of Atlantic Canada. B. A people of mixed Inuit, First Nations ancestry, most of whom live on the prairies. C. First Nations people, speaking the Michif dialect. D. A distinct people of mixed Aboriginal and European ancestry. Answer: a distinct people of mixed Aboriginal and European ancestry. Who are the United Empire Loyalists? A. Settlers who came to Canada from the United States during and after the American Revolution. B. Aboriginal peoples. C. Métis. D. Inuit. Answer: settlers who came to Canada from the United States during and after the American Revolution. What does Confederation mean? A. The United States Confederate soldiers came to Canada. B. Joining of communities to become a province. C. Joining of suburbs to form a large city. D. Joining of suburbs to form a large city. Answer: joining of suburbs to form a large city. What is the name of the Royal Anthem of Canada? A. O Canada. B. God Save the Queen or King. C. Bud the Spud. D. The Star-Spangled Banner. Answer: God Save the Queen or King. What year was Confederation? A. 1867. B. 1871. C. 1898. D. 1870. Answer: 1867. When did the British North America Act come into effect? A. 1871. B. 1898. C. 1867. D. 1905. Answer: 1867. Which provinces first formed Confederation? A. Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. B. Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and Alberta. C. Ontario, Quebec, Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. D. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and the Province of Canada. Answer: Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and the Province of Canada. Which was the last province to join Canada? A. Newfoundland. B. Alberta. C. Saskatchewan. D. British Columbia. Answer: Newfoundland. When is Canada Day, and what does it celebrate? A. June 15 of each year to celebrate the anniversary of Confederation. B. August 8th of each year to celebrate the joining of British Columbia to Confederation. C. We celebrate the anniversary of Confederation July 1st of each year. D. May 21st of each year to remember Queen Victoria. Answer: We celebrate the anniversary of Confederation July 1st of each year. Who was the first Prime Minister of Canada? A. Louis Riel. B. Sir John A. Macdonald. C. Lester B. Pearson. D. Abraham Lincoln. Answer: Sir John A. Macdonald. Why is the Constitution Act of 1982 important in Canada? A. It allows Canada to change the Constitution without asking approval of the British government. B. It allows Canadians more freedom. C. It changed the immigration laws. D. The Queen became more involved in Canadian government. Answer: It allows Canada to change the Constitution without asking approval of the British government. What part of the Constitution legally protects the basic rights and freedoms of all Canadians? A. The British Charter of Rights and Freedoms. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights. C. The Canadian Charter of Freedoms. D. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Answer: The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. When did the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms become part of the Canadian Constitution? A. 1867. B. 1905. C. 1982. D. 1878. Answer: 1982. Name 2 fundamental freedoms protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A. Freedom of religion and freedom of speech. B. Equality rights and to care for Canada's heritage. C. Basic freedoms and obey laws. D. Aboriginal people's rights and to volunteer. Answer: Freedom of religion and freedom of speech. Name 3 legal rights protected by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A. Freedom of speech, right to not pay taxes and right to a fair trial. B. Right to live and work anywhere in Canada, right to a fair trial, and right to protection against discrimination. C. Right to ski anywhere in Canada, right to move, and right to public assembly. D. Right to vote, right to live and work anywhere in Canada, and right to deliver speeches on the radio. Answer: Right to live and work anywhere in Canada, right to a fair trial, and right to protection against discrimination. What is the name of the Governor-General? A. David Johnson. B. Elizabeth May. C. Dalton McGuinty. D. Michael Jean. Answer: David Johnson. What is the meaning of the Remembrance Day poppy? A. To remember our Sovereign Queen Elizabeth II. B. To celebrate Confederation. C. To honour Prime Ministers who have died. D. To remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. Answer: To remember the sacrifice of Canadians who have served or died in wars up to the present day. What does equality under the law mean? A. Being the same. B. Being like everyone else. C. Being discriminated against. D. Being treated with equal dignity and respect and having equal rights to speak out and express ideas. Answer. Being treated with equal dignity and respect and having equal rights to speak out and express ideas. Name 6 responsibilities of citizenship. A. Get a job, make money, raise a family, pay taxes, mow your lawn, vote. B. Vote, join a political party, get a job, obey the law, drive safely, pick up litter. C. Care for the environment, don't litter, pay taxes, obey the law, help others, respect others. D. Vote, help others, care for our heritage and environment, obey Canada's laws, respect the rights of others, eliminate injustice. Answer. Vote, help others, care for our heritage and environment, obey Canada's laws, respect the rights of others, eliminate injustice. Give an example of how you can show responsibility by participating in your community. A. Mind your own business. B. Have a party. C. Keep your property tidy. D. Join a community group. Answer. Join a community group. List 4 rights Canadian citizens have. A. Right to have a job, vote, drive, go to school. B. Right to go to school, work, have a bank account, travel. C. Right to travel, live anywhere, work anywhere, get married. D. Right to challenge unlawful detention, vote, apply for a Canadian passport, enter and leave Canada freely. Answer. Right to challenge unlawful detention, vote, apply for a Canadian passport, enter and leave Canada freely. What will you promise when you take the oath of citizenship? A. Pledge allegiance to the Queen, observe the laws of Canada and fulfill the duties of a Canadian. B. Pledge to be faithful to the Queen. C. Promise to observe the laws of Canada. D. Fulfill duties as a Canadian citizen. Answer. Pledge allegiance to the Queen, observe the laws of Canada, and fulfill the duties of a Canadian. What are the 2 official languages of Canada? A. English and Métis. B. Inuktitut and French. C. English and French. D. English and Inuktitut. Answer. English and French. Give an example of where English and French have equal status in Canada. A. In schools. B. In the workplace. C. In the Parliament of Canada. D. At City Hall. Answer. In the Parliament of Canada. Where do most French-speaking Canadians live? A. Ontario. B. Nova Scotia. C. Quebec. D. Prince Edward Island. Answer. Quebec. Which province has the most bilingual Canadians? A. British Columbia. B. Prince Edward Island. C. Nova Scotia. D. Quebec. Answer. Quebec. Which province is the only officially bilingual province? A. New Brunswick. B. Quebec. C. Ontario. D. Prince Edward Island. Answer. New Brunswick. What does the Canadian flag look like? A. Red and white with provincial emblems. B. Red and white with a beaver. C. White with a red border on each end and a red maple leaf in the centre. D. Red with a white maple leaf. Answer. White with a red border on each end and a red maple leaf in the centre. What song is Canada's national anthem? A. God Save the Queen or King. B. O Canada. C. The Star-Spangled Banner. D. Amazing Grace. Answer. O Canada. Give the first two lines of Canada's national anthem. A. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. B. O Canada, our province and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. C. O Canada, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. D. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Answer. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Where does the name Canada come from? A. From the Inuit word meaning country. B. From the French word meaning joining. C. From the Métis word meaning rivers. D. From Kanata, the Huron-Iroquois word for village. Answer. From Kanata, the Huron-Iroquois word for village. Which animal is an official symbol of Canada? A. The moose. B. The hawk. C. The beaver. D. The deer. Answer. The beaver. What is the population of Canada? A. About 20 million. B. 38 million. C. 17 million. D. About 34 million. Answer. About 34 million. What three oceans border Canada? A. Atlantic, Arctic and Bering. B. Atlantic, Arctic and Pacific. C. Pacific, Indian and Atlantic. D. Hudson, Pacific and Atlantic. Answer. Atlantic, Arctic and Pacific. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Ottawa. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Hull. Answer. Ottawa. What are the provinces of central Canada and their capitals? A. Manitoba, Winnipeg, and Ontario, Toronto. B. Quebec, Quebec City, and Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown. C. Ontario, Toronto, and Quebec, Quebec City. D. Saskatchewan, Regina, Manitoba, Winnipeg, and Ontario, Toronto. Answer. Ontario, Toronto, and Quebec, Quebec City. What are the provinces of the Atlantic region and their capitals? A. Nova Scotia, Halifax, New Brunswick, Fredericton, Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown, and Quebec, Quebec. B. Newfoundland and Labrador, St. John's, Nova Scotia, Halifax, New Brunswick, Fredericton, and Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown. C. Newfoundland and Labrador, St. John's, Nova Scotia, Halifax, New Brunswick, Fredericton, and Quebec, Quebec. D. Nova Scotia, Halifax, New Brunswick, Fredericton, Quebec, Quebec City, and Ontario, Toronto. Answer: Newfoundland and Labrador, St. John's, Nova Scotia, Halifax, New Brunswick, Fredericton, and Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown. What are the Prairie Provinces and their capitals? A. Alberta, Edmonton, and Saskatchewan, Regina. B. Alberta, Edmonton, Saskatchewan, Regina, and Manitoba, Winnipeg. C. Saskatchewan, Regina, and Manitoba, Winnipeg. D. Saskatchewan, Regina, Manitoba, Winnipeg, and Ontario, Toronto. Answer: Alberta, Edmonton, Saskatchewan, Regina, and Manitoba, Winnipeg. What are the territories of Northern Canada and their capitals? A. Alaska, Juneau, and Yukon Territory, Whitehorse. B. Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Alaska, Juneau. C. Northwest Territories, Yellowknife. D. Yukon Territory, Whitehorse, Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Nunavut, Iqaluit. Answer: Yukon Territory, Whitehorse, Northwest Territories, Yellowknife, and Nunavut, Iqaluit. Name the 5 regions of Canada. A. Midwest, North, South, East, Central. B. Maritimes, Ontario, Quebec, Prairies, and British Columbia. C. Atlantic, Central, Prairie, West Coast, and North. D. West, Central, East, Prairies, and Territories. Answer: Atlantic, Central, Prairie, West Coast, and North. Which region covers more than 1/3 of Canada? A. Central Canada. B. Prairies. C. Atlantic Canada. D. Northern Territories. Answer: Northern Territories. In which region do more than half the people of Canada live in? A. Central Canada. B. Prairies. C. Atlantic Canada. D. Northern Canada. Answer: Central Canada. 1/3 of all Canadians live in which province? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Northwest Territories. D. Manitoba. Answer: Ontario. Where are the Great Lakes? A. Between Ontario and the United States. B. Manitoba. C. Northern Quebec. D. Atlantic Canada. Answer: Between Ontario and the United States. Where are the Parliament buildings located? A. Ottawa. B. Quebec City. C. Hull. D. Toronto. Answer: Ottawa. Which country borders Canada on the south? A. United States of America. B. Central America. C. Mexico. D. Washington. Answer: United States of America. Which province in Canada is the smallest in land size? A. Nova Scotia. B. Prince Edward Island. C. Yukon Territory. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer: Prince Edward Island. What is a major river in Quebec? A. Fraser River. B. St. Lawrence River. C. Niagara. D. Hudson's Bay. Answer: St. Lawrence River. On what date did Nunavut become a territory? A. July 1st, 1867. B. April 1st, 1999. C. June 24th, 1995. D. March 31st, 1949. Answer: April 1st, 1999. What are the three main types of industry in Canada? A. Natural resources, tourism, and service industries. B. Tourism, services, and manufacturing. C. Natural resources, tourism, and manufacturing. D. Natural resources, manufacturing, and services. Answer: Natural resources, manufacturing, and services. In what industry do most Canadians work? A. Natural resources. B. Tourism. C. Service. D. Manufacturing. Answer: Service. What country is Canada's largest trading partner? A. Mexico. B. The United States of America. C. China. D. Japan. Answer: The United States of America. Which region is known as the industrial and manufacturing heartland of Canada? A. Atlantic provinces. B. Prairie provinces. C. Central Canada. D. West Coast. Answer: Central Canada. Which region of Canada is known for both its fertile agricultural land and valuable energy resources? A. British Columbia. B. Prairie provinces. C. Ontario. D. Manitoba. Answer: Prairie provinces. Who is Canada's head of state? A. Governor-General of Canada. B. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. C. Prime Minister. D. Lieutenant Governor. Answer: Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Who is the Queen's representative in Canada? A. Prime Minister of Canada. B. Premier. C. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. D. Governor-General of Canada. Answer: Governor-General of Canada. Who do you call the sovereign's representative in the provinces? A. Premier. B. Member of the Legislative Assembly. C. Lieutenant Governor. D. Senator. Answer: Lieutenant Governor. What is Canada's system of government called? A. Dictatorship. B. Parliamentary government. C. Military rule. D. Communism. Answer: Parliamentary government. What are the three parts of Parliament? A. The Sovereign, Governor-General, and Prime Minister. B. The House of Commons, the Legislative Assembly, and the Senate. C. The Queen, the Legislative Assembly, and the Senate. D. The Queen, the House of Commons, and the Senate. Answer: The Queen, the House of Commons, and the Senate. What do you call a law before it's passed? A. A new law. B. A proposed law. C. A bill. D. A new proposal. Answer. A bill. How are members of Parliament chosen? A. Appointed by the Prime Minister. B. Elected by Canadian citizens. C. Appointed by the Queen. D. Elected by the provincial ministers. Answer. Elected by Canadian citizens. Who do members of Parliament represent? A. All of the Canadians living in the North. B. Only Canadians living in central Canada. C. Everyone who lives in his or her electoral district. D. Canadians living in the province in which he/she was elected. Answer. Everyone who lives in his or her electoral district. How does a bill become a law? A. The Lieutenant Governor must approve the bill. B. Approval by a majority in the House of Commons and Senate, and finally the Governor-General. C. The Queen must sign the bill. D. Approval by the members of the Legislative Assembly. Answer. Approval by a majority in the House of Commons and Senate, and finally the Governor-General. What are the three levels of government in Canada? A. Federal, provincial and territorial. Municipal, local. B. Federal, provincial and city. C. Federal, territorial and provincial. D. Federal, state and local. Answer. Federal, provincial and territorial. Municipal, local. Name two responsibilities of the federal government. A. National defense and firefighting. B. National defense and foreign policy. C. Citizenship and highways. D. Recycling and education. Answer. National defense and foreign policy. What is the government of all of Canada called? A. National Assembly. B. Legislature. C. Federal. D. Council. Answer. Federal. How many electoral districts are there in Canada? A. 20. B. 308. C. 178. D. 59. Answer. 308. Who has the right to vote in a federal election? A. A Canadian citizen 18 years or older and on a voters list. B. A Canadian citizen 18 years or older and must work for the federal government. C. A land immigrant 18 years old and a member of the Canadian Forces. D. A Canadian citizen over 25 years and a member of the Canadian Forces. Answer. A Canadian citizen 18 years or older and on a voters list. What three requirements must you meet in order to vote in a federal election? A. Canadian citizen, 18 years or older, and on the list of electors. B. Canadian citizen, 21 years or older, and on the list of electors. C. Living outside of Canada for less than 5 years, Canadian, and 21 years old. D. Working for the federal government, Canadian Forces or other organisation, 21 years, and Canadian. Answer. Canadian citizen, 18 years or older, and on the list of electors. When asked, who must you tell how you voted in a federal election? A. Your employer. B. No one. C. A police officer. D. An Elections Canada official. Answer: no one. What do you mark on a federal election ballot? A. The candidate's name. B. The number for the candidate. C. An X. D. The voter's name. Answer: an X. How is the government formed after a federal election? A. The party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The Queen chooses the Prime Minister from this party. B. The party with the most elected representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of this party becomes the Prime Minister. C. The Governor-General picks a party and a Prime Minister to run the government. D. Each province elects one representative to form the government. The Queen then chooses the Prime Minister. Answer: the party with the most elective representatives becomes the party in power. The leader of this party becomes the Prime Minister. How is the Prime Minister chosen? A. The Queen appoints the Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General, with the Senate, appoint the Prime Minister. C. The leader of the party with the most elective representatives becomes the Prime Minister. D. The MPs vote on the Prime Minister. Answer: the leader of the party with the most elected representatives becomes the Prime Minister.